Join the community, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and thumbs this video up if you enjoyed the video. So a few people have actually said that they think that the reason Anthony Joshua is, giving Dillian Whyte these very low offers is because he's not actually trying to make the fight with Dillian Whyte next. He's actually looking at other opponents, and this is why he's giving him these lowball offers, so that Dillian Whyte will, of course, reject this fight. Because I have a feeling that if Eddie Hearn doesn't give Dillian Whyte a proper offer, because he keeps saying that, he needs to be getting more than what he received against Derek Chisora. And one of my subscribers told me that he received $5 million against Derek Chisora. So that's a lot of money. So he wants more than that, right? So I'm guessing Eddie Hearn has to come to him like, hey, here's $7 million, $8 million, right? But let's say that doesn't happen. Then I'm pretty sure Dillian Whyte will say, you know what? No, I'm not going to fight AJ next. So some people have been saying that maybe they're doing this on purpose, Eddie Hearn and Eddie Hearn's Anthony Joshua's team, Eddie Hearn, because they're trying to get another fight with Anthony Joshua, and the possibilities and the other fights are basically like Jarrell Miller in New York City in the Barclays Center, and maybe even Vladimir Klitschko, because obviously there's also talks of, if it's not the Dillian Whyte, then it'll be Jarrell Miller, right? Now, personally, that does sound like something that could happen, right? That sounds like something that, a promoter could do, right? Because I personally don't think they're ducking Dillian Whyte, because they fought him. If you fought a guy already, that means you're not going to be afraid to fight him again, right? There's nothing about ducking there, right? And another thing, that's a big fight. So why would they duck a big fight like Dillian Whyte? Dillian Whyte said himself that in the UK, there's only 3 big fights that people would want to see at Wembley, against Anthony Joshua, and that is Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, and himself, Dillian Whyte. He says if you take those 3 guys out, who else is Anthony Joshua going to fight at Wembley? And I believe that, because those are like the 3 biggest names. Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury, and Deontay Wilder are like the 3 guys that I would think that most hardcore boxing fans or even casual boxing fans would want to see AJ up against. Jarrell Miller is an undefeated guy, and I think he's a good opponent for anyone. But the thing is, he's not a big name. He really isn't, right? They've been saying that they want to have the fight happen at Wembley, but they've all, Eddie Hearn has been saying he wants to have, AJ make his USA debut. So it might be against Jarrell Miller. Right, they did have that little confrontation last year, but then again, Dillian Whyte also had a confrontation with Anthony Joshua in the post fight of the Derek Chisora. So, the people saying that he is purposely giving him a low offer because he's actually looking elsewhere, they might have a point to that, right? That might be true, right? But my whole thing is this: I really wouldn't care as long as AJ fights those 3 guys, right? Whether it's Deontay Wilder, whether it's Dillian Whyte, or whether it's Jarrell Miller. Because I think those 3 guys are the most credible fighters that he should be fighting right now. Or even Tyson Fury, because Tyson Fury made a good account for himself against Deontay Wilder. So even him, I think those are like the best heavyweights at the moment. I think those are the guys he should be fighting. Like if he fights a guy that, but then again, like Dillian Whyte said, I don't think he could fight a person that is not known, especially not at Wembley. Maybe he could because he's such a big name in the UK, and he's in a situation where he could fight anyone, and it doesn't matter who it is, he'll still sell out the arena. But again, if you're gonna fight at Wembley, you want to fight against a really known opponent, like Dillian Whyte says, and I do think that for a Wembley fight, it should be somebody like Deontay Wilder himself, Dillian Whyte, or Tyson Fury. But when it comes to like because if he does fight in Madison Square Garden or in the Barclays Center next, then obviously they're going to save the Wembley day for like September, because he normally fights twice a year, AJ, right? So he'll probably fight at Wembley in September if he doesn't fight at Wembley in April. But if he fought in the Barclays Center, then it's going to be against Jarrell Big Baby Miller, because there's no way Eddie Hearn's going to make Anthony Joshua versus Dillian Whyte in the Barclays Center. That fight needs to be happening in the UK because that's a domestic fight. That's a fight that it's British beef, British rivalry, and it needs to happen in the UK. It wouldn't make sense to make that fight happen in the United States. But when it comes to Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua, that makes sense. You know, that could honestly happen in the UK too because AJ has his fan base there. But I understand Eddie Hearn wants him to fight in the United States once, at least to get his name out there, right? He wants him to travel, and Anthony Joshua himself wants to go and fight in New York. So that's good. You know, I think that's good for Anthony Joshua that he's going there because people always say that, you know, he never wants to. He's always fighting in the UK, so that's a good move for him, especially against somebody like, you know, Jarrell Miller. Because, you know, Deontay Wilder fought, you know, they say Deontay Wilder traveled. He went to the UK, but, you know, Deontay Wilder fought washed up Ali Harrison in the UK. Washed up Ali Harrison. There's a big difference fighting washed up Ali Harrison and fighting a young prime Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Jarrell Big Baby Miller is way better than a washed up Ali Harrison. So I think that's a good thing. I think it's good. It's a good fight for Jarrell Miller. But what do you guys think? Like, do you guys think that he's purposely lowballing, you know, not giving Dillian Whyte proper offers because he's actually looking at other opponents? He's looking at other opponents that he wants to actually give a legitimate offer, and this is why he's purposely not giving him this offer because he wants Dillian Whyte not to get this fight, or like I said, he's really aiming to give another opponent an actual, you know, this good offer for the fight. Like I said, I really don't care as long as he fights the guys that he should be fighting, right? I don't want to see him there against somebody that I never heard of. But knowing Anthony Joshua and seeing his resume, he's not Deontay Wilder. So I'm pretty sure that those are the three guys he's going to fight. Hey, he might even fight Luis King Kong Ortiz, you know. Who could forget that? He did offer to fight Luis Ortiz. He did say he's eyeing him too. So Luis Ortiz, Jarrell Miller, Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury. The most likely guys he will fight is Luis Ortiz, Jarrell Miller, Jarrell Miller, Luis Ortiz, or Dillian Whyte. Maybe, you know, maybe like Vladimir Klitschko. You know, people are saying, you know, maybe Steve Bunce was right, and maybe the rumors are correct, and maybe Vladimir Klitschko is the guy. But although like I said, I really don't want it to be Vladimir, just because I think it's a new generation now, you know, and I really don't want to see that fight right now because people will just make excuses if he fights Vladimir. They say he's way up there in age. They won't give him credit. So just he should just be fighting, in my opinion, Dillian Whyte or Jarrell Miller, because we already know he's not going to fight Deontay Wilder, because Deontay Wilder, he just doesn't want to fight him, and he's afraid, and he's trying to stall. So it's not going to happen. He's not going to fight Deontay Wilder. That's why I never even mentioned Deontay Wilder anymore. You notice I never even mentioned him for April, because I know it's not going to happen. Deontay Wilder wants to wait till 2021 to fight this man. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think he's purposely doing this? Do you guys think their team are scouting other opponents? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and join the community. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.